Hey guys, my name is Noels. Welcome back to my brand new video on the channel. Today we're playing F1 2023 Breaking Point.
Seriously, in Breaking Point.
Aidan, please tell us, how does it feel to be on the verge of getting behind the wheel for your very first race?
I feel like a little kid. I look around and I'm surrounded by my heroes.
And tell me about Casper Ackerman. How is that relationship coming along?
It wasn't my fault.
Well, whose fault was it then?
He tried to stop them from signing you. Didn't want to play babysitter. We all feel sorry for you, mate. You never stood a chance with him.
I had a call this morning from Christian Horner. You're being watched.
You know what his problem is, don't you? Thinks you're getting too old.
You want respect, you give respect. That's how it works.
How about you give me a little respect?
How about you earn it first? I'm done.
You what?
I'm retiring.
Why didn't it work out between you two?
He's on more money than me,
What? He didn't want me on the team.
didn't I? And you thought I was past my best.
So none of this is true.
There's always gossip in the paddock. And ever since he's arrived, there's been one man at the center of it all. I want us to push for fourth. I want us to beat Butler. And I want that seat to go to you.
So Alfa Romeo potentially on track to really upset Alfa Tauri here. Butler's closing in on Ackerman. Down the inside he goes, and they've hit each other. Butler into the barrier, and that looks to be the end of the race for him. The Dutchman looks to be continuing and...
It's great to see him still in this fight, Crofty.
Got the third, Aiden.
What about Casper?
We let Aiden pass.
Let Aiden pass.
We did it.
We did it. Have you seen the crash yet?
Butler's okay?
Bruised ego, perhaps.
What was it like bringing a brand new team to the F1 grid?
You know, the first time you see a car, your car, with your branding, your name on it, in an official race, alongside Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, that's what it's all about.
You make it sound like a dream come true.
If only.
When did you first get a sense of what was in store for Konnorsport?
2022 season, straight out of the box. The drivers were always going to clash. That was a calculated risk. But the car had problems.
We're midway through the Miami Grand Prix. It's been a cracking race so far, and it's all up for grabs.
Absolutely, Crofty. Some fantastic driving here today. Especially, I have to say, from Aidan Jackson. I don't think I've ever seen a Konnorsport car being put through its paces quite like this.
This is a team, Konnorsport, that have got a lot to prove this season, but Jackson might just be the man to do it.
So this is my first time driving again in the F1 game since 2021, and you will see in this video clip that I will drive with the ability of the greatest driver ever, Nicholas Latifi. And well, because it was my first time, I just driving without assist to become faster in game. And as you can see, when I'm bouncing out and try to lay brake into the turn, I just lock up a bit and turn wide. As soon as I can switch back on me and keeps the position. So we get a bit of traction out of the corner, and I'm just braking late, exceeding track limits, and just being all over the place. I'm just still trying to figure out how the car works, how the controls works, the pedals, because since 2022 I haven't driven, and fast forward I'm just, as you can see, trying to figure out off the racing line, and Ricciardo and Butler tried to pass me. Ricciardo succeeded in it, Butler didn't, and as you can see, I don't even know the track layout. I'm just driving on instinct, and Ricciardo just drive past me. Still having Vettel and Butler behind me, and on the back straight, I'm getting close to Ricciardo, but because of Tsunoda beforehand, I just didn't try to do it again and brake just a bit earlier than normal and turn in properly. A bit too much braking because I almost stand still. This part, I'm still figuring out with braking, but for the rest, it's pretty nice to drive with the little left-right and go to the final back straight. Try to get closer to Ricciardo with DRS and ERS. Getting pretty close to him. I was thinking about sending it, and I did send it. Try to keep it clean. Not trying to hit him, giving a bit of space, and I keep the position. I gain one. And on to lap 8. I'm gonna start finish straight. Tsunoda in front and Ricciardo still behind me. And I'm leaking way too late, going a bit wide. And as you can see, I'm just all over the place and getting a bit of oversteer and hit the wall, which gives Ricciardo the chance to close and fast forward to the next straight. Yeah, I got Butler behind me and Ricciardo, and they got DRS and ERS on. I'm just somehow still being ahead of them. Going to the braking zone, locking up, going wide, missing the apex, still in front. I'm just trying to, as you can see, I'm steering, I'm just trying to hassle it. For some reason, this part I can just still drive 5 for now. But I'm in neutral for some reason, and Butler is alongside me, using a bit of ERS and just sail past them again. But then again, he has DRS. I'm gonna use a bit of his own DRS to come close. So what I'm trying to do is, again, brake late as possible and misjudge it, going wide, very wide, which gives Butler the opportunity to try to pass me, but I got better traction and a better line, so I'm still ahead of him. Going to the next lap, lap 9, Butler has, I think, DRS on me, and I'm going wide, way wide, and yeah, next clip I was still ahead, and I just hit the wall for some reason. I had a lot of understeer, tires are dying in the front. Butler has passed me at this point. I got Fellow behind me, 6 tenths on him, and another 7-8 tenths behind this Ricciardo, now Alonso. So at this point I'm thinking, you know what, I can barely brake in a straight line, let alone in a corner, so I'm going to pits. And at this point I didn't realize, because I turned off all the assets besides the pit, because my steering wheel can't have a lot of buttons. I was not paying attention to the press X to turn in. So I was just on my FOM looking at things, and boom, late pit stop, estimate stop time is 8.4 seconds. So at that point, Albon, Stroll, and Zhou have passed me, and I'm in front of Nicholas. So at this point, there's nothing for me to do. I'm just driving and keep it clean and avoid the walls. Fast forward to the back straight, and then this happens.
I'm losing power! Why am I losing power? Copy that, we see it, we're looking into it. Okay, I'm afraid you're gonna have to retire the car, please, Aiden. Retire the car. You're joking! I'm sorry, Aiden. Pull over now, please. Pull over now. This is getting ridiculous.
And that's agonising for Jackson. Just a few laps left to go, and he's out of the Miami Grand Prix.
With every race, the car looks like a constant problem for Konnorsports. It must be devastating for the drivers.
Confirmation as the car comes to a halt. The Konnorsports Aiden Jackson won't be seeing the checkered flag today, but it looks like his teammate will. Jackson's DNF puts Devon Butler in a position where he might just be able to secure some points for Konnorsports.
Aiden's out. Yep, engine problem, I'm afraid. Good job you got me. All right, Devon, don't push it too hard. We cannot risk losing both cars here. It's in the bag, mate. All okay, Aiden? Yeah, how's Devon doing? Yeah, he's doing all right, mate. He looks like he's going to bring home some points for the team. Good for him.
Post-race, frustration and an engine issue forces Konnorsports Aiden Jackson to retire from the Miami Grand Prix, only a few laps from the end of the race.
If it's not one thing, then it's another. Did you not see what happened out there today?
Aiden, I agree with you 100%. We are doing everything we can. I know the car is not perfect, but...
Andreo, it's every race. Do you know how I look losing easy points like this?
Knock, knock. Sounds like there's a right show going on in here. What am I missing?
Not now, Devon.
Aiden and I were just discussing issues with the car.
Again? I thought that was all in hand. I had no problems today. It was smooth. You know what they say? A shoddy workman always blames his tools. mate. You can look at my setup data any time you want. I've told you that. It might help.
And I've told you before, it's not a setup issue. The problem is...
Jackson, that was the problem with the 2022 season. Ask anyone. I mean, at the end of 21, everyone thought Aiden was going to be signed by one of the big three. But, guess they couldn't reach an agreement, so we both signed for Konnorsport.
And do you think that affected Aiden?
That's no secret. Now, for that 22 season, Jackson was a nightmare.
Comments. So I got news, social, emails, and go to the next chapter. So the challenge of setting up a Formula 1 team. Andreo.
Aiden, I wanted to give you a heads up. Now look, the crew has shared the latest telemetry data with us.
Fine, but I don't think it'll tell me anything I don't already know.
Just humor me, okay? I'd like you to go through it. Let me know if anything jumps out. I'm keen to iron out these problems as quickly as possible for you.
Sure thing. Thanks, Andrea.
No thanks needed. I've got your back, Aiden. Remember what I said when you joined the team. I won't let you down. Ackerman wouldn't let me hear the end of it.
Yeah, sounds like Casper. You know he told me the same, right? It's just tricky, what with the car and Devon poking his nose in any chance he gets.
There is a lot going on for sure, but we're a team. We'll get there. I'll have a word with Devon. Tell him to give you some space, both on and off the track, okay?
Yeah, alright. Good luck with that.
So seeing some nice messages from Benjamin Daly. Thanks to you all. From Davidov Butler. I think that's his dad, maybe his uncle. So let's head to the next chapter. And your achievement unlocked, and you're the boss. So I can be Andreo Connor and make some decisions. Okay. Sounds promising. What can possibly go wrong with this?
Hey boss, got a couple of minutes?
And that were my team principal duties. Oh, I'm getting a call from Devon.
Andreo! Just going over those last-minute strategy changes you sent over.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make it clear, whatever happens out there today, I get pit priority, yeah?
Well, we'll see how the race develops. If you need priority, you'll get it. But I can't go into the race with that on the table.
Look. We all know Jackson's not pulling his weight. Now, if you want the points, I need to make sure he's not going to get in my way. Do you get me?
Devon, we've talked about this. Give Aiden some space. It's not about you getting in the way of each other. It's about everyone pulling together, racing as a team.
Of course, yeah. So, pit priority, yeah? All right, ciao.
So Devon is trying to make us a certified number 2 driver. And from the way Andreo has replied to him, he's gonna treat us equal or give us a bit more space with his words. And yeah, Devon, this guy is really trying to make it look like he's the one driver or one-man team. There is no second driver, so we'll show him what we can do, and we can make him the second driver. Check on some bit of socials and see if people talking about us. Nothing important. I mean, there is the Devon Butler Real account. Continue car shops at Konnorsports. The new team is left spinning its wheels. Andrea Connor, CEO, owner, and team principal.
Into turn 2 we go now. Butler comes out of the pit lane. Jackson is right there with him. This is dicey, Ant. Neither one of these two wants to give way.
This would have been a lot cleaner if Jackson had just let him go. He's just not giving him an inch.
They continue onwards, still wheel to wheel, almost touching there as well, as we head down the straight towards the next chicane. Nothing to separate either car, and through the chicane we go. And now Jackson sends them both off the track, and Butler over a curb. That looked nasty.
And I do believe that one of their cars is damaged here, Crofty. I think it's Butler.
Damage, Ant, but also they've lost places too.
Unbelievable and totally unnecessary as well.
Well, one damaged car, places now to make up. What a complete mess that was.
So we had to share with our teammate, and our new objective is reclaim the 13th place before the end of the race. So we got Schumacher in front and Albon at place 13. So we have a bit of a sidewall tap, but we got the place, not very clean, but we take it. So nothing is happening for a while, so we're going to fast forward probably to Latifi and Albon. Just looking at back of K-Mag, seeing if it's right. I'm still misjudging some braking points, still figuring it out, and so see you guys when I'm getting closer to Latifi. So we're at the final back straight. Latifi is in front of me with Ocon in front of him. I got a good enough traction using some ERS and DRS, and I'm just thinking here like I'm gonna pass them one way or another. So we're going 3 wide in the final chicane, and I'm missing the braking point. So I'm going to the runoff area somewhat to give them the places back and try again. So now it's Ocon behind Latifi, and I'm just sending in a turn 1. Bit of a tap again, but we get the place, and now we just focus on Latifi and getting his place. We're back behind Latifi's back, and let's see how I'm going to do this. I think I thought about braking a bit earlier than before, but still locking up, getting a faster turn in, a closer turn in, and try to use DRS to pass him on the straight. It's a bit more of ERS, got still, well, not really, I got 7% ERS still left. Going side by side, and I'll make a somewhat mistake, and I took 2 places in 1 corner in the chicane, so I was pretty happy doing it. And in front of us now is Joe, and let's see if we can get close to him, and Norris for getting some points. So fast forward to lap 16, Fournier in the lap of 16, and I'm 1.5 seconds behind Joe. I'm going to try to do the same move as on Latifi and Albon. I'm going to brake late into the chicane, so let's see if it's going to work. So I'm braking a bit more evenly here and turning it quite nice, getting good enough traction and using a bit of ERS, while the DRS using it, I'm going side by side. And am I going to stick it? No, I don't. I'm locking up. I give the position back to him. making the gap to him 6.5 tenths. I should try it later on. Looking up a bit, but keeping it on track. I'm getting frustrated, so you see me just tapping him, but somehow I get a bit better traction out of the corner. And I get him, but I'm going a bit wide, but I give him a bit more space, so it's all fine. Fast forward to lap 17, and lap 17, and I got Norris in front of me. Onto the last lap. I'm going into turn 1, he's a bit ahead of me, well, a bit, 8 tenths, 7 tenths now, braking nicely, taking a wider line to get a bit more traction, which helps, I think, because braking a bit too early, cutting the corner here, which was not my greatest thought process, but it gave me the ability to go down the inside, giving a nice room, giving him a bit more room, and just finishing the overtake. Using DRS to get away, using some ERS, and I'm almost 1 second ahead of him. I fast forward to the end, and we finish at P10. Chaos Canada. It was indeed chaos with the way I drove. So the podium is Carlos Sainz, Max Verstappen, and Lewis Hamilton. I mean, 3 different teams on the podium. If it's like every race like this, it's gonna be a great season. But nothing ever changes. Jackson and Butler rivalry from the past 2 seasons seems to have been alive and well, even with them being teammates. They still have some fuss with each other. So the news calamity at Konnorsports. It's not the car, it's the drivers. Ooh, that's a hefty line. Call from Andreo.
Just a heads up, we're putting the debrief back by 30 minutes.
Okay, thanks for letting me know.
Listen, while I've got you on, what happened out there today?
It wasn't my fault. Devon thinks he's the only one driving.
I don't want to dwell on it too much at the meeting, but this is not how we run a team. You know this.
Of course. It's just...
No, I don't want to hear it. We have enough problems as it is. Whatever has gone on between you two in the past, I need you to put it to bed.
Sure.
I don't want to have to talk to you like this, Aiden, and I'll be saying the same to Devon. Come on now.
Sure.
See you at the debrief.
It's always chaos when 2 teammates collide, like Lewis and Rosberg, Ocon and Perez, Ocon and Alonso even. So yeah, let's see the socials. I mean, 1.4 million followers. Konnorsports is gonna surpass us. With being just new teams, they're very close to us, so might do some more marketing on that part. And yeah, so that was my first ever video on the channel. It's probably not the greatest edited and well-spoken video I'm gonna produce, but I hope from this forward it's gonna be more lively and more professional. At least I'm trying to become better. So, well, I'll see you in the next video when I'm doing chapter 3 and 4. See you guys then. Bye.